Hi, this is Trent. Welcome back again to the third segment of the phone system. We're going to talk about the last section of this, and that's the switchboard, which is an online tool that will help you manage calls. It'll help manage things like forwarding the calls and parking calls. So let's go ahead and learn about that. First, we need to go back to et.conservice.com. Now, you'll notice every once in a while when you go to et.conservice.com, you get this page. Now, as long as you make sure that you're at et.conservice.com, it's fine to just click continue. And you'll see this login page. Again, I'm going to log in with my extension and my password. And then we're going to use this thing right up here in the right hand corner to launch the switchboard. Now the switchboard is a tool that we have to be able to make calls and be able to transfer calls, and when it comes up we'll immediately see a phone book that allows us to do those things. So let's go ahead and look at that. In the phone book, you'll see I've got it set up to do 2 columns of people. These come from the address book. As you can see, last time we dragged Dave to the top of the list, and he's still at the top of the list. We can also kind of configure how this looks. We can change the number of columns here. You know, if it's getting kind of big, I can add another column to it, and now it's a little easier to see. I can click right here and actually add more entries to the phone book, just like we could from the other web interface. Also, we can really configure a lot the way this thing looks. In the options panel, there's a panels option. So if you're in call queues, you can show those panels. You can the parking lot might not be enabled when you first get the software. You can enable that. Kind of change around with the look and feel, and then when you close it, it'll actually ask if you want to save that layout. Just click yes, and every time you open this up, it'll remember where the windows were and have everything set just right. So let's first go ahead and show you how this works. To make a call, I actually just double click on a name. Really easy to do. And then when I do that, it'll do something that seems unintuitive at first, but really works out okay. What it does is it actually rings my phone and rings their phone at the same time. So I'll have to answer the call on my end. So let me go ahead and demonstrate real quick how that's done. Let me go ahead and give Rich a call. So I double click on Rich's name, and I answer my end of the call, and I can hear it ringing through to Rich, and here I can see the call there.
Hello.
Hey Rich, this is Trent, and we're just going to show people how to answer a call, and now we're going to show them how to forward a call to another user. So I'm going to go ahead and let you talk to Chase again. I'll forward you over there.
Okay.
Now to forward to somebody, I can actually just take them and drag and drop. So we're just going to take his phone number, see where Chase is highlighted in green, and drop it, and it'll go to him. Now this also does something unintuitive again. It gives me a dial tone. What has happened is it doesn't really have anywhere for my end of the call to go. It's connected Rich to Chase, and so it just gives me a dial tone. Now, even better than transferring, there's something called the parking lot, and basically what that is a place where we can move a call, and they can just stay there, hang out in the parking lot, and then they can be picked up either by you or another user. So a good use case scenario is I need to transfer this call to the actual property manager, and so, or the billing manager over that property. And so what I would do is I would talk to them, and then I would move into the parking lot, and then I would IM that billing manager or call them and say, hey, I've got a call in the parking lot for you, this is the problem, and then they could go ahead and pick that call up. So let's go ahead and show how that works. I'm going to call Rich again, and again it rings me, and I answer, and then wait for him to ring his end of the phone.
Hello.
Hey Rich, we're going to move you to the parking lot and show people how that works. So we take Richard, and we drop in the parking lot. And again, I get a dial tone because, you know, they don't need me there anymore. I could chat someone else or call Shauna and have her pick Rich up in the parking lot, but as there's no one else around, I'll just double click on Rich and pick up his call again. And again, it'll ring me, and it doesn't need to ring Rich because he's already there. So I'll go ahead and answer that.
Hello.
Hey Rich.
Hey.
You are picked up from the parking lot. How was the hold music?
Great.
Sweet. Hey, thanks a lot.
Bye.
and we're done. Something else that's really helpful that we can do is we can actually check our voicemail from here. We can see here that I have no voicemail, but and if we click here we get a web view of the voicemail, but if we click this button it actually calls us from our voicemail, and because we've already entered our password to get in here, it doesn't ask us for our password again. So something cool we can do is just click on this little letter box, and we can see a call from my voicemail.
No messages. Press 2 to change folders.
And I have no new messages, so I don't need to pick them up. Those are just some of the cool things we can do from the switchboard. It's really configurable. It'll let you put things where you want it and arrange things how you want. It helps us make calls. We don't have to remember people's extensions. We can just click on them, especially if we've added them to our switchboard in our address book. We can forward a call from us to someone else, and we can also park a call and then have it picked up by anyone else. Hopefully this is helpful, and I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.